Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's CruachanKeith here, and today we are looking at the strange and obscure quickshot or Watara Supervision. Let's take a look. So the Watara Supervision or quickshot Supervision, it was a quickshot Supervision in the UK and Ireland, so that's what I'll be calling it for this little retrospective look at it. It was released in 1992 and it was a direct competitor to Nintendo's Game Boy. In 92, Nintendo pretty much ruled the roost as far as handhelds were concerned, and they were making a hell of a lot of money. And a lot of companies seen that they were making money and said, hey, me too. And that's where Watara came from. So they licensed the console out to different manufacturers, kind of the way the 3DO was licensed out. Their plan was to make it much cheaper and try appeal to a kind of a gap in the market that they seen, which was a cheaper Game Boy, basically. Unfortunately, they totally achieved their goals. It is cheap in every way. The game development was terrible. There was no real third party. Everything was developed in-house. Anyone that grew up in the 90s watching the Bad Influence TV show in the UK would have seen this featured a lot. They did reviews for it, and you see Violet Berlin would play it, the kids in the background would play it as well. I don't know what the reason was. I can't remember this in the 90s. I don't remember it being on sale. I just in later years became aware that it existed, and I paid for this here quite recently, and it's quite expensive. And depending on where you look online, people say you can go for a lot of money or don't expect to pay more than $30. So I paid 100 quid for this. Eek! For pretty much a lump of crap, as you will see. Let's take a look at the physical side of it first. Alright, for one thing, it's definitely bigger and heavier than the Game Boy. And you'll immediately see the machine, it's split into two halves, like some giant ancestor to a Nintendo DS. It has a chunky rubber middle section separating the controls from the screen. And this contains a semi-flexible neck that can be changed from flat mode to slightly tilted mode. The screen at 160 by 160 is bigger than the Game Boy's 160 by 144 LCD display. It's very clear, and under a good light, the Supervision, as far as I can see, beats the original Game Boy in terms of clarity. But there is a hell of a lot of motion blur. There's so much motion blur in comparison to a Game Boy, and some games are pretty unplayable as a result. The Supervision controls, they're similar to the Game Boys. You've got two action buttons, a start button, a select button. The D-pad is diamond shaped, but it works fine. I don't have any problem with it. Sound quality, it's exactly what you expect from these old school tiny speakers. It also has what looks like a serial connector, but this was used for the TV link cable that could output the Supervision to your TV. And bizarrely, although the screen on the Supervision is monochrome, the games were actually in colour, and when you output to your TV, you see this colour, which is strange. So that's the Supervision. Let's take a look at the games. Alright, so as it's the games that pretty much make or break a system, it's safe to say this is where the Supervision fails, and fails miserably. The games library was pretty awful. One of the better titles is Crystball, which was bundled with the system. It's a breakout clone, and most people agree it's one of the better titles for the system, if not the best. So it does exactly what it says on the tin. It's like Arcanide breakout type of game. So if this is the best game, how bad are the others? Well, take a look at this. So there you go, pretty abysmal games library. I don't know. In conclusion, would I recommend the Supervision? No, it's awful. It's just a terrible system. I got it just out of curiosity. Crystball is okay. The other games are just horrendous, and the sound is even more piercing than a Game Boy. So there you go, that's the Watara or Quickshot Supervision. A heap of crap. Hope you liked the video. See you on the next one. Bye bye. If you like that video and if you like what I do on the channel, please leave a like and please subscribe because it helps very much. Thank you.